Welcome back to the C# beginner series. In lesson 1, you learn how to use variable data types, input and output. Today is where programming becomes real. You will learn conditions, the logic that make apps smart, interactive and decision driven. Now, every system you use, login pages, ATM machine, exam checkers, even AI uses condition. So after this video, your coding level will change. Let's jump into what we have today. The first thing is condition. Now, what is condition? Condition check something and make a decision. Computers don't think, they follow logic we define. In our other lectures or in our other lessons, we've been starting .NET using .NET terminal. We'll be starting using our bash terminal, but now we are going to use another part again. Now I will bring this. I hold my Control Shift P to bring this. So I will click on new project. I'm going to click on new project, so it will bring me new project. It's SAP to bring me new project. So I will look for console, so you can see how many or the number of apps you can build here. So I'll look for console, search for where the project is, where I want to store the project. So let's just say this, let's put it in this part. Then I will name it lesson 2, lesson underscore 2, and then press enter. So I will do this, then click create project. So after some minutes, you have your project being created. So you wait. So this time we are not using .NET new console -n, then the name of your project. That's how, or that's what we have been using since. Now we have to use something else. So it's still initiating. We are waiting for our solution explorer. You can see the name of our project folder here. You can see programs.cs. Yes, so this is our solution explorer. Open your solution explorer, open it up, then let's code. Yeah, so this is our solution. Let's come to terminal, new terminal, then do this. So let's say .NET run. Okay, so I think we can do this. So let's list. So cd lesson underscore 2. Sorry. So I have this now. Since I have this, we could just come here and say .NET run. So it should run now. So it's compiling, and then if we run our application for us immediately, so you can see hello. So we have something like this now. Now I will remove this and then try to make an example like the we say condition. We say a condition checks something and make a decision. Computers don't think, like what we said earlier. They follow logic that we have defined. So let's say, for instance, we have int age equals to 18. We are going to say if age. Now these are operators. This is equality operators, like the greater than sign. If age is greater than or equal to 18, then we are going to say console dot write line, then you are an adult. So if in case in the process where the condition did not met, that's where we will now use another keyword called s, the s statement, which is s then s. This is when the condition does not meet the requirement. So s, you are not an adult, period. Then let's run our program. So you can see you are an adult because the condition has met the requirement. The requirement states that the age is what? Is 18. Then here we are asking, is age greater than or the same thing as 18? Like equal to means the same thing as 18. So it's going to print this and what and leave this part, but let's can change here to lesser than or equals to 17. So let's say, for instance, we have this now. So you can say you are not an adult. So the next part here is comparison operators. Within our comparison operators, I'm going to show a table now. We have lesser than or equal to, so it can be combined together. So like the example I used before, we can still say int let's say score equals to 70. So we have 70. Then you can say console then console dot write line. Should I use condition? Okay, so I'm going to use condition here. Console dot write line. So let's use condition. So we are going to say score greater than or equal to 50. So we'll say 50. So greater than or equal to 50. So if we save, don't forget to use your Ctrl S, unless you have set up auto save on your system. I am not using auto save because I want you to be used to using that save in case you met with that situation. But in our VS Code, you can actually set up an auto save on your coding environment, so you don't have to be saving every time and be saving every time. So you can see it is greater than, score is greater than or equal to 50. So you can still use less than as well. You can use less than. So don't forget to save, make it a habit and practice. So it will give you false. So this take us to the next lesson, which is known as a Boolean expression. So this is a condition that return true or false. It's a condition that return true or false. So let's say, for instance, we have bool. We have bool, which is a data type. Then let's say it's raining. It's raining. So if it's raining is true. If it's raining is true. It's raining is true here. If it's raining is true, then we can say if it's raining, you don't need to put it's true. Once you put it's raining there, what the program see that you've written is if it's raining is true. So we are going to say console.write line, then we'll say take an umbrella. So take an umbrella. Then don't forget our else statement. Else is when the condition is not being met, so you can have an alternative. Else is just like an alternative. Else enjoy so say enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather. So that's it. So Control S to save, don't forget. Then you do this and run. So take an umbrella because it's raining is set to true. So let's say we set it's raining to false. Let's say we are setting it's raining to false. So we are going to set it to false. Then save, don't forget to save. Then let's say .NET run. So you can see enjoy the weather because it is set to what? It is set to false. Now the next one is else if. This one usually come up when you have many conditions, when you have more than one condition. Let's try some few example with it. Let's just say int, then let's use temperature equals to the temperature is 32, very high. Then I think this is a harsh weather. Then temp greater than 30. So put your curly brace, then console.write. So we will say it's very hot, because I said before 32 is very hot weather, or rather very harsh. So we can say as if temperature is greater than or equal to, let's put equal to or equal to 20. Let's use 20 or equal to 20. Don't forget your parentheses. So we can say, let me see if this will work. dot right line, then so S, the weather is normal. Let's put the weather is normal there, or within that we'll say the weather is normal. Weather is normal. So don't forget to terminate. Sometimes your program jump. Then you can still say else if, like as I said, if you have multiple condition, if you have more than one condition, you can use this. So I can say temp say greater than or equal to, and or equal to 10. Let's use 10. So I'm going to do this now. I'll do this. So since we are using 10, console dot right line. So you can say it's getting code. So that is it. So we don't have any condition again, so we can say S. So when you put the keyword S, it means none of the condition was met, so it at least it will display something. So we can now say it's very cold. It's very cold. Very good, because none of the condition was met. So if you run this, don't forget to save. If you run this and then so you will see the response. So our temperature is, you can see our temperature is 32. See, it's very hot. Our temperature is 32. Here we don't have 32 here, but the condition is if the temperature is greater than 30. So 32 is greater than 30, so it's going to display it's very hot. So that is it. Then I'll move into another one. I'll move on to another one, which is called nested if. So it's an if inside another if. It's an if inside another if. So you have this if, then you are moving. Basically most real world scenario that you can use is like a login. So I'm going to use a sample login, just a rough example of login. So I'm going to say string username equals to, so let's give it admin. Let's give the username admin. So we'll say string password, then we'll give the password. Let's just say the password is 12345. So on a normal day, you don't just save your password like this for security reasons. There are other scope we use. So this is just an example for you to understand the basics of programming. So we are going to say username if username that you've entered is the same thing, that is equal to admin, is equal to admin. When you say double equal to, you are saying it's the same thing as admin. So we'll say then we'll now say if. So this is a nested if statement. So we'll now say if, since you've entered the username, it will prompt you to enter your password. So we now say if the password that you've entered is the same thing as 12345, then that is when you can do what? You can log in. Let me bring it down here. So let me bring it down here so you can see the nested if statement is very good. It's exciting when you understand them and you can use them. Please learn to always practice all these little things. So we'll say S. That means if the username is correct but the password is not correct, it's going to display incorrect password. You get me? So it's going to display incorrect password. So we are going to have another S here. If the username is incorrect as well, it's not going to take you to the password S statement. So you are going to put S here. We will say if the username is not correct, it will do what? It will come here and display console.writeLine and tell you user not found, or let's just leave it as user not found. So because the user you enter is not in the system, so we've built our mini application, like the login application. This is just the pattern that is being used when building login application. Just understand this pattern and the skeleton of this pattern. So let's just say .NET run. So .NET run. So yes, so it say login successful because it took us to, it checked the condition. It checked the condition here. The condition is being checked. It's asking you a question: is username the same thing as admin? So it's going to come here and check username admin. So yes, username is the same thing as admin. So it's going to enter this block, this code here. So it will also answer again, is password the same thing as 1 2 3 4 5? If the password is the same thing, then it will do what? It will tell you login successful. But if the password is not the same thing, let's say for instance we omit 5 and save, then let's say we'll run it again. So you see it's going to give you incorrect password because yes, you got the username but the password is what? The password is not correct. So let's move on to real life mini projects that we promised the last time that we will do. This is a small concept, short concept, but very powerful. It is being used a lot. So as I promised, we are going to be doing just small projects in every of our lectures so that you can master and practice. If you don't have much exercise to do, you can DM me. You can also send message. I can give you exercises, can give you assignment also. I can carry you along during this period or during this series, so that you can do what? You can master C# as well. So basically we are going to create student grade evaluator. So I will, let's say student grade evaluator. So student grade evaluator. So in this, user enters a score, the program outputs their grade. So this is how the program will work. A user will enter their score, then the system will output or will display their grade. It's as simple as that. So any practice you are doing or any program you are doing, try to understand what you are doing. So let's say console application. So don't forget what we did the last time. We used what is known as what? Read line. So we are going to what? Use that read line here. Let's say enter score. Let's use small letter for score. So enter score. Then after that we are going to store the score. So don't forget, the read line comes with string data type, so we're going to convert. But before then, so let's just say console dot read line, console dot read line. So we have it this way. It's giving us error, so we will put this inside and convert it. So let me just cut it. So I will say convert dot to int 32. So then we paste this, so you can see so we have this now. So basically we are going to create a variable here called grade. This is an unassigned variable, so we have a variable there called grade that is being created now. So let's use our condition, which is if statement. Now if score is greater than or equals to 90, so we'll say grade equals to, so we're going to say A. Then we'll use X if score is greater than 70, then grade equals to B. Then another S again. Just practice them. They're as easy as anything once you practice them. Another S again if score, sorry, made a mistake here, so this one is supposed to be 80, while this one will be score greater than or equals to 70. So basically so grade equals to C. Grade equals to C. Is equals to C. That's a very high one, using 70 as C. So then S if score greater than, so I don't want to use equal to, keep giving me equal to intelligence, so greater than this, so we can say this now, so we can say grade, so grade is equals to D. So the next one, so it means if you score this one, sorry, this is wrong, let's put 60 here. So S, so we have S here. What is wrong? So we have S statement, so say grade equals to F. Grade equals to F. So the final line of code, so we can now say console dot write line. So we are going to use string interpolation. You remember we did it the last lesson, string interpolation. So when you are doing string interpolation, I'm going to remove this. So just put your $sign, put a quote, then put this and say grade. Then we can now say your grade is nice one. So you can see here is a program. It's going to prompt us to enter our score. Then when we enter the score, it will collect this score and store in this variable. Then this is an empty variable that is going to convert the grade, the score, into a grading format. So that's what we have done. This is an empty variable. So we are going to programmatically assign value to this one when conditions are set up or are right. So it says if score is greater than or equals to 90, it will do what? It will assign A to grade. That is when score is equal to 90. But when score is equals to or greater than 80, it will do what? B. But in the situation where we have score is greater than or equals to 70, C. The same thing followed by D, which is this, when score is equals to 60. So that is it for our mini project. This is very cool. Let me test it. Let's test it and then let's run it. So it's going to prompt us. So see, so let's say 79. So you see 79. So no matter what, if the grade is 70 to 80, or 70 to 79, it will still tell you that the grade is what is C. So you can practice this. If you have any difficulties, you can reach out to me and often try to code something. Thank you for watching, and then stay tuned for the next lesson. Bye for now.